let me share with you the fifth business type that we have identified in our research for the book. Normally, I don't talk about it at summits, but I thought I'd share with you guys today. We call this the operating system business model, the operating system. We've seen version 1, the very early version of the operating system business model. Typically, the example that comes to mind is Microsoft Windows. But that's version 1. Here we're talking about version 2, where you're an invisible platform in the background connecting multiple technologies to multiple sides of the market. To this day, we do not really have an example of an operating system business model. But we think in the next decade, we're going to see many, many examples of these. Let me show you what the operating system concept looks like in practice. The most important distinction to make as we dive into this is the distinction between collaboration and coordination. Collaboration and coordination. Let me show you collaboration. Here is a bunch of people in 1907. This is San Francisco. A bunch of people collaborating not to die. It's an excellent example of collaboration. Wait for the horse. Here we go. The car was just introduced to the roads, and it is utter chaos. Lots of collaboration. But contrast this picture with what we have today. In this image, nobody is collaborating. Instead, everybody is hyper-coordinated, right? There is no collaboration. In fact, when you have accidents, it's typically because somebody got cute and tried to collaborate. What is allowing us to coordinate at this level? It's right in front of us. We call this the operating system, the exponential operating system. In this case, is the traffic light. The traffic light was invented in 1910. Most cities in the world did not get one until the year 1920. But why did we suddenly need this exponential operating system? Here's why. Between the year 1900 and 1920, the number of cars on the road went from 8,000 to 8 million. That's a truly exponential growth curve. As the complexity of the system goes up, and this is something we see again and again, collaboration is no longer feasible. So we see systems migrate away from collaboration towards coordination. Collaboration zone, coordination zone, right after the knee of the curve. And there are many examples of this in our lives. Let me give you an example. How many people today feel like they get too many emails? Okay, keep those hands up. Thank you. So first of all, everybody else, stop emailing these people. That's the first step towards a solution. But I think we're going to look back at this period in human history and recognize that email was a form of collaborative communication. And as the complexity has gone up, we're noticing that there's latent demand for coordinated communication. Platforms like Slack, that's what they're offering. So it's very interesting because collaboration is a scary zone. In fact, a lot of mistakes happen in collaboration. We've looked at airline accidents. It turns out that more than 76% of airline accidents happen on the first day of a crew working together. They're squarely in the collaboration zone before they find a mechanism to help themselves coordinate. And in fact, throughout human history, as these systems gain in complexity, somebody shows up very consistently inventing an exponential operating system that allows the system to migrate. That's what Edison, Ford, and Steve Jobs did. And when you hear about technologies like CRISPR and biotech, deep learning and AI, and the blockchain, these are also exponential operating systems that allow us to move away from collaboration and embrace new complexity through coordination.